this Vernon Selectboard meeting of April 1st to order. Welcome to everyone, and will you please stand for the pledge of allegiance?
Nice and loud.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is everybody here to just visit? I know you're here because you're on the agenda. You don't have anything. All right. I don't have a lot of remarks to make tonight because I've been away, so does anybody have anything that they would like to say tonight? Okay.
No, because when it comes up to old business, new business, there is something.
Okay. All right. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of March 11th.
Then I ask for the minutes to be approved as written. Am I correct, Kat? Because remember I had asked you if, about that vote.
Oh, the vote. That is
Because
actually a question still.
when we went to the, the town clerk's vote, and I went, nope.
Yeah, it should be, the motion that she's questioning is on page 4.
So I asked her, I said, did it go, why is it 5-0 when I said no?
Should have been 4-1. She actually didn't say
No.
no. She indicated by head movement. We
Right.
need to be
Okay.
careful that we
Yeah.
vocalize the no's and I didn't pick it up. So there is a correction. So minutes
Okay,
would
so
be
instead of
corrected.
5-0, it's 4-1.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, that's fine.
And then now I move that they be accepted as corrected.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes of Monday, March 11th as corrected. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is this yours?
No.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Nice dip.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good.
Okay, just in time, too. We have now farmland protection. Please come on up. We're very informal here, so come on up and join us.
Here?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Jeff may be coming.
We'll pull a chair up for him when he gets
Yep.
here.
Thank you for being able to speak to the select board.
You're welcome in front of the select board anytime. Thank you for volunteering.
Yes,
for the town.
absolutely.
We're here obviously as the Farmland Protection Committee. With that in mind, as you know, we just got started here a few months ago, and already had one of our members resign, and so Jeff's wife Ellen has resigned, and we're hoping to replace her with Maddie Arms.
Oh.
Who's, the Secretary of Sir Sosmos, and we wanted to make sure that was met with your approval.
She also serves on the emergency management, so many of us know her from that. I mean, I know her anyways, but
Yep. So is that all right?
that's
It's
a
fantastic.
motion. I don't think we do, but
I do. I move that we accept the recommendation of the Farmland Committee and add a new member, Madeline Arms.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded to accept the recommendation of the Farmland Committee and add Madeline Arms. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The second thing, we have a total of 3 things. The second one I would like to, I'm sure there'll be no action on, but I would like to, from our town meeting that we had recently, it was suggested there that perhaps the J. Maynard Miller Forest Fund be evaluated, and I know that the select board, it was stated that at the town meeting that you guys are going to be evaluating the different funds. From the farmland protection, we would like to suggest that the J. Maynard Miller Forest Fund be combined with the Farmland Protection Fund, both as like a forest/farmland protection fund.
Well, that'd be a good
That
idea.
the Farmland Protection Committee may be expanded and oversee the both the funds and the preservation of forest land and farmland. But again, I don't expect an action on that. We just would like to make that as a recommendation, and when you guys come to evaluate that, we consider.
And Katrina, could you jot a note down about that, because we will be looking at some of the funds, so we make sure we don't forget it when the time comes. Okay, I think that's a really good idea.
I do too.
The third item, I would like to suggest that we could go into an executive session based on contract.
Okay?
Madam Chair, I move that we go into executive session with the Farmland Protection Committee on a contractual matter, the disclosure of which at this time might be detrimental to the town and/or individuals and companies involved.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session with the Farmland Committee on a contractual matter, the disclosure of which at this time may be detrimental to the town and/or individuals. Sorry, I know you just all got comfortable. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
If Jeff Hardy shows up, bring him on in. Hey, Dad, if Jeff Hardy shows up, tell him he'd be our third member. And just, well, I'll mention that in a minute.
Did you hear him, Paul?
Go back.
We went into executive session at
6:35.
6:35, came out at 6:55, no action taken.
Madam Chair? I move that we allow the Farmland Protection Committee to move forward in their investigation on farmland preservation.
It's been moved and seconded to ask the Farmland Protection Committee to move forward on their investigation in farmland protection. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Overweight permits. We have a bunch of them here. And if I can get a motion, we can allow the town clerk permission to just sign this, and then it doesn't have to be, which is customarily what we do. And then it doesn't have to come in front of the select board every week.
Has authorization to sign these as they come in.
Upon receipt of insurance
Yep.
paperwork. I have a cheat sheet.
Oh, okay.
It's been moved and seconded, did I get a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded to give the town clerk permission to sign the overweight permits upon receipt of insurance paperwork. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I will turn these back over to the town clerk. Is this your writing?
It's
That
mine.
is so neat.
It's
Oh,
mine.
it's yours? Okay. Cruiser. Chief Hebert, please join us. There we are.
Yeah, and I've got one too.
I don't have them.
You don't have them, you do.
Do not.
Have one what?
Thank you.
You got one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is a package that I put together for the state bid and comparison for the Ford Taurus. The cover sheet is a summary of what the pages are all about. So I'll just go through this with you. The first bid is the Gateway Voters State bid. And that's $28,153.05. The bid we got from Brattleboro Ford is $30,153.05, and from MHQ, $30,205.05. The state bid is going to increase on April 15th, $2,000. And I'm also not reflecting the trade-in value for the Crown Vic, which is about $1,000.
So the state bid will increase to the exact same figure as Broward Ford.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I ask, what is a Ford Interceptor? Is that, I mean, is that something that has been out a lot? I mean, I don't know.
It's a police package Ford Taurus.
Oh.
And they just call it a Ford Interceptor. But the vehicle itself is a Taurus.
It's Ford Taurus.
And they're all fitted with heavy-duty electrical and all of that to withstand the lights and siren and all of that business.
And it's also, as you see, it's the only one that has
All-wheel drive.
Oh,
which she mentioned at the meeting we just had.
The all-wheel drive would be nice, especially in the winter.
yeah.
You could save wear and tear on the Tahoe, be able to drive that around.
Mhm.
It's also, the engine is a V6, so it's a smaller engine and will save fuel. And we're transferring some of the equipment from the Crown Vic to the new vehicle. And also the light bar, which is, it's approximately $2,200 for a new light bar. And we're gonna use the Governor Highway Safety Fund money that we got from that, doing those programs every year we do that. And we're gonna use that money for that, so that's gonna save on the cost. So we're gonna be transferring the radio, the siren and the light control, and the radar units from the old vehicles to the new. I did,
Who's gonna do the transfer?
Adamson, that's the very last page. It shows you all the equipment that they installed.
Oh, wow.
And the total cost of those items has already been included in the.
That's included in the 28?
No, that is the total.
Is-
That's the total cost. What you have on the front is the total cost of
Okay,
all the equipment
Yep.
installed.
47 is on top of
yeah,
it.
yeah, I got it. Thanks.
And just to let you know as well, I did compare other vehicles. I got state bids for the Chevy Caprice, and the state bid total came to $30,019.05, and the Impala total came to $25,695. And the Caprice is the big engine V8, and it's also not available right now.
But Gateway is the one that you're interested in for the.
For the Taurus,
Yeah.
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 The difference between the Impala and the Taurus is $2,463, and we were looking at an all-wheel drive vehicle versus a front-wheel drive. And also, I believe the reliability of the Taurus is a more superior vehicle compared to the Impala. We've had Impalas in the past, and they've just been held up.
We had a lot of trouble with
Yeah.
that.
It's a nice vehicle, but I don't think it's as nice as the Interceptor for what we need.
I would think the all-wheel drive all by itself would be enough to just say, okay.
That would be my seller.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, I make a motion that we accept recommendations from Chief Hebert for Gateway Motors for $28,153.05 for the 2013 Ford Interceptor.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposal from Chief Hebert for the Ford Interceptor at the cost of $28,153.05. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. However, I must say that probably you shouldn't you shouldn't order it until the 4th. Am I correct?
I think we already mentioned that.
Yeah. That would be 30 days, correct?
Actually, what was town meeting?
Actually,
The
I
fourth.
thought it was the fifth, but
Fourth and fifth was town
4th and
meeting.
5th, but it was on the 4th that they voted it. I think that would be the,
Either way, whatever the board wants to do is fine with me. We have until the 15th of April.
What's the estimated time from order to arrival?
About 2 months, 2-3 months. And that takes a while.
what would be appropriate to you? And I say the 4th, go for it.
You don't actually pay for it on that date.
No, you don't, right.
You are all set.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, bills and warrants. You didn't get all the signatures.
We did, we actually did, so there.
I just saw a whole pile of stuff in your hand.
That's other
Well, there's a
stuff.
whole pile of stuff right here.
That's true.
Yeah, so you, once you ratify and vote, I do have a question about a bill.
Okay, who was our clerk?
I signed them.
Okay, you want
Sandy, Sandy might have signed this one, but Sandy's not here. If you want, I'll do it.
Okay, please.
Madam Chair, I move that we pay and accept warrants 21 SG, accounts payable in the amount of $11,072.40, 13S payroll in the amount of $11,812.81, and ratify 20 SG, accounts payable $50,987.94, 12S payroll $11,469.48, 11S payroll $15,423.94.
It's been moved and seconded to approve warrant 21 SG accounts payable for $11,072.40, 13S payroll for $11,812.81, and to ratify 20 SG for accounts payable of $50,987.94, 12S payroll of $11,469.48, and 11S payroll of $15,423.94. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Mike Coughlin approached me last week at the end of the week with 2 bills from Dick's Lock Repair. He has rekeyed for the police department and also upstairs in the town clerk's office. And he's asking that that be taken out of the emergency line item that is within the select board budget, as he does not feel that he can withstand it in this budget. One is for $2,207 and the other one is for $735. So that's $3,000 out of his repair budget.
I would say that would be,
So he's asking me to ask you if we have your approval to take it out of that. Would you like me to-
I'll make that motion to have Mike take it out of the emergency fund. I don't know what line item it
Yeah,
is,
it's
but,
not a fund, but
no,
it's a-
the line item I meant. I don't know what the number is, but Sally knows.
Can I have a second?
I'm sorry.
Can I have your paper? Okay, it's been moved and seconded to take these $735 and $2,207 for
Dick's Lock
Lock Repair for rekey the locks for the police department and, I'm sorry, I have such jet lag, I can't stand it.
Bragging.
Dying in here.
Get back.
Yesterday. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You can have that back now.
I do have comment on another bill topic that we had, and I don't know if it's coming up later under new business or old business, but it happens to be the Vermont leaves bill.
And that has been taken care of, right?
It has been taken care of, but I thought we should probably comment on it, only because I think it's important to understand what took place and how we want to proceed going forward. And I think there was a mix-up in a lot
Big
of
misunderstanding,
things. Yeah.
because
about-
not one of us said that, or at least I never did, said that she should not, we should not pay for that bill. Not at all.
What
That
happened was an elected official ended up going to a workshop that was supported by the board. The workshop was
called the
when I
tune-up
received
or
the
something
bill
like that.
was- Yeah, was something that really didn't relate. And so I it has been paid by the individual who went to the seminar, but I just wanna say that I did try to explain that there wasn't any blame being placed, because we knew that it was very confused. And that, I know that you as a board were planning to pay for it, we just wanted to, going forward, make a decision about how we wanna proceed, and that was the reasoning behind it, but not that there was any blame placed at all, and that there really wasn't a required repayment.
But it has
But it
already been
has
paid?
been paid, yeah.
Okay.
I think as a board, we should support further education of volunteers, elected officials. And I don't know if it's a policy, but again, if there's no precedent set as far as what's appropriate, what is appropriately to reimburse for education and what is not, as probably a policy should be.
I think we used to have officials get approval before.
Yes, we did.
No, certainly for overnights, there was a definite
Yeah,
approval
there
needed.
definitely was.
And I think
Yep.
we've become a little lax in that. So I would say if people come to you and say, this is what I'm planning to take, I think that's probably a better.
But I think the approval was given.
It was.
It
Yeah.
was, because,
That's where the confusion came in. I
right, because
think.
Sandy said, she said to all of us, that the town tune-up is coming up, is there anybody interested in going? I said, no, I'm not, because it's a long drive. And Mary Lynn said something, Patty
No
said,
names.
huh?
No names.
That
Well,
person said.
yeah, Patty said, are you interested? And it was said, yes, and,
That's how it,
and that's how it was. Nobody said she couldn't go or anything.
right. And then
Or
it
he or
ended up
whoever.
not being a tune-up, it ended up being a moderator.
Right, we didn't know that.
Which wasn't the way
Which
it was
was-
marketed, and
Right.
we didn't know that at the time,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
And that was where the confusion came in
Yeah.
at first.
I say pay the person back. Give her the money back.
Well,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know that that's gonna happen, because I tried not to accept the check. And there was an insistence that I accept it, but because I did say, there's no requirement for you to pay back. So, I don't want you to feel that there is, and that, there's blame being placed, because there is not. But there was insistence that it be paid.
Right, and the reason why, when you mentioned it to me, I said we would discuss it at select boards,
Right.
because I wanted this to come up. Because, like Jeff, I think it's really important when people are volunteering in these positions to take advantage of any education that there is.
It's our community.
Right, it benefits the community. I mean, obviously, if it's a trip to California, all expenses paid, that's a little different. But, a $60 workshop that's going to teach a volunteer, right, I mean, I think we need to make sure when we're doing the policies that we work on that, make the language a little stronger, because I think you're right, I think it's been laxed, and there definitely was very, very strong language when I used to be on the board, and I think over
Yes,
the
it was.
years. But, somebody make popcorn?
I know, it smells
My
good.
kids,
Really
sorry.
smells good.
Yeah.
So you
No,
think
I agree, and I also agree that, they should have to come to us. I do,
And-
because
and
of
she
the
did.
genre.
Yeah, she was there, but I think, I think the confusion was between what it was.
What it was.
think that's what
Because
happened.
who would go to that,
Right.
except for
Except for our moderator.
our moderator?
And that
you
was
know?
Yeah,
my
because I think
question,
Sandy
Right.
went as well, and Sandy's not a moderator either.
I think she
So she
misunderstood
missed it,
what
yeah.
it was, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Because
certainly,
it
that
was
is not
told
the
to us,
pamphlet that we got.
that was for
so.
all elected officials in all,
And
areas.
with the issues coming up about public meetings and warning meetings and minutes for meetings, I felt it was great to have somebody who chaired a committee, plus was an elected official, go to one of these meetings and be able to bring what they brought back to the town. And because we have talked about having the same kind of meeting that we had with the select board last year, of doing that with the employees, and then that person could be here reiterating what they had learned. So, I feel that that's a way we can make our money go further, send one person up, have them come back and basically reiterate to the rest of the committees what they've learned up at Montpelier. So I think it was just, I apologize because I wasn't here to straighten things out, but I think it was just, a miscommunication in a lot of
It
ways.
was, absolutely.
So what would you suggest going forward, that we just ask anybody who wants to
I think they should come.
attend a conference to just come and talk
They
to the
have to come
select
to,
board?
right,
Okay.
you can't just have people taking off to conferences not knowing where they're
And
going
have-
and
and
expect
submit
the town to
bills.
pay for
Okay.
it,
We're
but
pretty limited in our budget too with travel.
Yes,
Right.
we have
cut those
really cut
wide.
those
Okay.
back.
So that's an issue too. We can't overspend, we need to be really careful.
and we weren't paying for travel for that, right? Because they were carpooling.
Well, we would pay
We
one
would-
person.
We would have paid one person, but
Right.
the person that was driving isn't,
Right.
on the board, so
Right.
we weren't reimbursing for so it was a perfect scenario for us, it was only costing us the price of the
Right,
conference.
it's a seminar, so.
Okay, thank you.
Next is wellness, and I believe Matt is going to join me up here. We are co-directors of the wellness program, and we have a request, right, Matt?
Yep.
Do you want to take
I don't
it?
know, the way Matt just looked at me, I don't know if you want to hear more about this one.
Sally and I attended wellness coordinators conference.
Uh-oh.
Distribution
Right.
the information and packets for the wellness members this year. And at that, there was like a brainstorming of different ideas to get your employees motivated to stay healthy. And many of the ideas didn't apply to where we're at or weren't feasible, but one thing that did come across that we brought back to our members was that we maybe could grow a small employee garden here. Something that would be grown on lunch break and after hours.
Oh, I like that.
Be used by the employees as healthy snack options, I guess you'd say. It would be not a major garden. Those of you that know me know I've had major gardens in the past.
I hope it's gonna be strawberries.
So the idea was to place it directly behind the preschool fence where the shed goes out. So like maybe we could square off somewhere down in there. So that would give it, I don't know, what you want to call it, kind of protection or a defined border on two sides at least already. And then, I mean, it might not go the whole length of that, it might only go half. Maybe as we decided what we were going to put in it, if we got approval, we'd decide how big it might be. But it's not going to be
Not a
huge thing.
undertaking, but
You know, things that would be healthy snacks, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, practical things like that, not winter squash. And
And you'll be taking care of this on lunchtime and,
I would imagine there will
Yeah, we'll
be
take
an
care of
abundance of
yeah.
stuff too, you know, like, actually, you know how these things typically are, yeah, lunchtime after work. For me, probably after hours, because a lot of days I'm done quite early. But I know some of the ladies mentioned going out at lunchtime and things. We'll probably put some of it in like solar mulch, which is like a plastic, just to keep weeds and things.
Well, I say that because the town's, you know, that may be a question, are they doing it on town time? and
right.
So on and
Now
so
it's out
forth.
in the public.
Now it's out in the public that it is not going to be, right.
I mean, I certainly can't enforce that myself, but that was the plan and the idea that it would be
That's how we discussed it, yeah.
Mhm.
after hours.
I think that's awesome.
I think
I think
it's
it's a
awesome
great
too. I
idea.
do.
Yay.
Yay.
We do too.
I don't know, a motion for that,
I think a consensus is fine.
I think a consensus is
Okay.
fine.
We just
And you,
wanted to
you
make
certainly
sure-
have my consensus.
Yeah, we felt we shouldn't be.
Not somebody
doing
seeing something going on and wondering
Yeah.
what's
Knowing
going
what we
on.
were doing.
Yeah, no, I think
That's great, thank
it's
you for
awesome
coming to us
idea.
with it, but I think
Yeah.
that's an awesome idea. Now, how are we getting with attendance for the wellness
We
meetings?
have,
Well, for the meetings, we don't, I would say we get probably 70% of the members.
Yeah.
We have a lot of members.
yeah, we have
A
about
bunch of spouses.
18. Yeah, and we also include spouses if they want to participate,
Oh,
and they
wow.
have a chance to follow different, we have a pedometer, most of you have seen that I have a pedometer on my ankle.
I was wondering what that was.
Question about whether I'm
can ask
in the
Mary Beth.
witness protection program.
I didn't know if maybe it was put on there by some sort of
Yeah, if I'm out on house arrest.
department other than the treasurer's
In the treasurer's office.
Right, yeah, right.
We have a pedometer program that we follow. We have a weight tracking program for 10 weeks, pedometers also for 10 weeks. And we get a health screen every year, and we also go on to our town health insurance website and do an assessment of how we are in our wellness and what maybe tips we need to help us. But it's, you know, there's more and more and more, especially with what's going on with the healthcare system. There's more attention on wellness and what you can do to keep your employees at work. So we feel that we have a good program, and we're happy that we're allowed to spend some of our time meeting and doing that, so we appreciate it very much.
Well, it is, I mean, you know, all my years on healthcare and dealing with Medicaid and stuff, that's been the topic of conversation is wellness, because you don't have to worry about cost of healthcare if you're keeping people healthy and out of the healthcare system. But there might be some grants also too for you guys to look into,
Well, maybe we'll do that.
to get some, because it is such a big thing, and what you're doing is actually saving the town money, because the healthier our employees
Right.
are, the less they're using the healthcare system and healthcare dollars.
And I believe that the healthcare system is moving to, right, to give you
Mhm.
points for if you
Absolutely.
don't smoke and all of that.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be part of your premium.
I quit mine.
Yeah, your premium is gonna be up there if you're
Yeah.
not living a healthy lifestyle.
If you're overweight,
Yep.
you don't work out, you're going to, you know, just
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna get points.
you're more of a risk as a driver under 25, well, you're more of a risk as an unhealthy person.
Yeah.
So that it is gonna move towards that direction.
So,
Many of us are gonna be in a lot of trouble when it comes. All those years.
You can fight back the clock.
Okay, better get exercising, everyone.
okay, next is the audit. I'm just wanting to know where we are with it. I'm hoping that it will be starting soon. April 15th is the date that most auditors will be free of federal taxes and state tax. So I'm really anxious to get going, because I know it's gonna be a long process, and I don't wanna be doing it at the end of the year while I'm trying to close everything.
Right.
If I can help it, but it's gonna be at least a 2-month process, I would say, so I'm hoping that.
Did we put this out to bid already, or do we have, didn't we have potential people that were interested?
We've had some potential people. No, we haven't heard back from, the only one we heard back from was
P-check of that. Yeah.
right? That's all you heard back from, that's all I heard back from.
I haven't, I don't know, I know that I.
There is, in the back of your packages, there is a request for proposal for audit services. This was taken off the VLCT website.
Oh, yeah.
Which could, I put it in there so you could look at it and perhaps adapt it,
Adapted or adopted?
adapt
Sorry.
to what you want it to use.
She got me that.
She did.
And then you could put it out for bid if that's what you wanted to do. We did hear back from, like I said, we did hear back from
Yeah.
B-Check.
And I'm happy to go with you.
Oh, I see, that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm fine.
Sorry.
and I
I'm
work
totally
with
disorganized,
people
dear.
Me too.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at right now. If we're not gonna hear back.
Right.
I'd like to get
Well, your
going.
bid
Yeah, can
policy
we-
says that you should put it out to bid, but the board can waive
Well, we
that.
can waive that,
Right.
yeah.
And in this case,
Then-
you have an
then-
established relationship with
It'd be easier.
a
And
very
it's
well-known
P-check, and it's
firm.
the whole
Yeah.
town,
It's
am I correct?
local, and we're not paying for
Right.
commuting, we're not, you
Right.
know, so.
Then I say, I don't know how to make the motion, but I make a motion.
To waive the bid process?
Say it again.
To
waive the
to
bid
waive the
process.
bid
To waive the bid
process
process
and to hire.
and hire
P-check.
P-check for the townwide audit.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to waive the bid process and hire a P-check for the townwide audit. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 I,
Yeah. Did you have any particular parameters that you want him or the firm to go by?
What do you mean?
Well, what they typically audit is the general ledger, and I'm sure they will do all the funds that we have, which are like 29. That's basically what they do.
Yes,
if
but they, what about, because
They
it's
have
going
to
to do the town clerks.
Because we
So
have a
that
newly
should
elected
be,
town clerk.
so when I speak to them, I want to make sure that I give them the scope that you want.
Yep.
So it will be town clerk, town
Treasurer.
and then what they'll do is they will delve into departments. I'm not sure how much, it'll depend.
Yeah.
We've got $35,000 to spend. So that is gonna make a difference as to what they can do.
Now, they can't do the fire department because the fire department's association money.
They'll do the fire department town.
Town
Yes,
part,
they will
yes,
not do the
right,
VFAI.
okay. And
Police department.
police department,
Yeah, they'll check.
they check
I
every
don't-
department, am I correct?
Well, not necessarily.
No.
They, they're gonna go through warrants, they're gonna look at every expense.
I think the major two are you and the town clerk, and I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, because I'm keeping records, but we have petty cash accounts, so if they wanna go count, if they want to look at.
Yep.
Department heads are supposed to keep timesheets, so they may wanna go and visit the department and make sure that those are there, stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep,
But
that's
it won't
fine.
be a
They
Yeah.
won't go
audit of
into,
the
yeah,
department.
they
Okay.
won't go into big detail in
No.
each department, but they'll
No.
make sure that the departments are abiding by the rules and regulations of that department.
Yep, that sounds great to me.
Okay, so
Okay.
that's what I will go ahead and do, and I'll forward you what I sent, so you'll be aware of that. And then the
Did you
last
vote
thing-
aye?
I did.
Okay.
The last thing,
Keeping you right up on the ball here.
So who seconded? I just want to make sure I know
I
who
did.
seconded. Janet seconded, thank
Right.
you.
we are still experiencing problems with our phones.
Oh,
So
God.
many of you who have tried to call the town office may have gotten some weird, if you have caller ID.
Yeah, I
We've
got
seen some
that.
really strange messages like the Vermont Democratic Party.
Oh, no.
There's one that a fellow named Curtis Reed is showing up.
Sally,
have-
whose issue is this post the,
This is post. Yeah, and we've also got, the library line was never transitioned, so I'm getting billed by Fairpoint and Comcast for the library line. And I called, I got kind of upset, I called Thursday, I called Comcast twice and Fairpoint twice. Each of them tell me the other one's supposed to handle it and no one can listen to me.
all right,
So I did email Kyle Coco and said,
good,
you
okay.
gotta do something, and also the library fax line is completely not on. It's only on Fairpoint, so, that's gotta be addressed too, and I've been in contact with Mike Tatro as well, who's our
Okay.
phone system guy, and so.
How can anything
So
that
I
is
know-
just so simple turn out to be so
Really?
difficult?
And this has
I don't
been-
know, but we're laughing about it at this point. I'm just laughing, and Michael's, I'm glad you're laughing, because it's crazy.
But what
It should
is
have been-
the
It should
problem?
have
Do
taken
you-
about 2
do you
hours,
have-
it's been a nightmare.
Yeah, it's just been a tough transition for whatever reasons.
You
Not
don't have
many
no
managers-
idea who it is? Is it our computer guy as opposed to Comcast
No,
or
I don't
Fairpoint
think
or?
it's Mike. I mean, I think what we should have done is originally had a walkthrough with Mike Tatro, the phone system man, and
Uh-huh.
Comcast. So that they could have kind of looked at things and gotten an idea of what we needed to change and then worked with us to do it. But I think that's the first piece that kind of went on. And then, it's just a lot of confusion. We had lots of rescheduled dates. Comcast was sending me a date that they were gonna do it, and then I'd get an email with a different date, and 2 different times they were coming, they were gonna do the PD separate, and so it just became just crazy, and, so if you call the town office, you might also see a number that's a 579 number.
Yes.
And that will probably be there. You can dial the 0292 and the 3077 numbers. You can dial your normal numbers, but they may show up differently because Fairpoint owns those numbers and Comcast uses different ones.
Great. Are you okay with the go-to person?
I'm okay now because I know it's almost over.
Okay, and you know, that also
And you'll
brings,
enjoy it when you only have to pay one phone bill.
right.
Yeah.
Well, that also brings me to a point where I also feel that Mike Coughlin, being our building supervisor, should have been
Well, I think
brought in
that's
probably
fine.
to,
I think-
at first. You know, because I think with the cables and with any wires or anything like that, the man knows, you know, this
Yeah, I
building.
am not a,
Yeah.
a building, yeah, techie
like dog
kind of person. So.
Ew.
And I think he was brought into it right away.
Was he?
Yeah.
I mean, he was here and he knew they were coming. And supposedly there were times that we thought they were coming and they didn't come or vice versa. So there was
And it shouldn't have
confusion
turned
then,
out to
too.
be, I mean, you know, he was here, he was expecting them, whenever they got here, he was around for
And he
them
was
to
talking
talk
to them a lot,
Right, he was
absolutely.
talking to them a lot. I mean, he certainly didn't, in any way avoid what was going on. It just became
No, I
so
don't mean
crazy.
that. I meant, I didn't want them avoiding him.
Yeah,
I
no,
meant,
it just became
Yeah.
crazy, I think.
yeah,
But in the future, I don't.
because
it's not
he's,
something that
he's the
I
go-to person and should be.
can handle.
Well, I think in the future, once it's all in one system anyway, if we
That's
rolled
gonna
over
be
to somebody, it's just rolling over, just like your home phone, it's just rolling over one system. I think what happened is we just had 85 different systems nobody was even aware we had.
Wait, and numbers
There
that
were-
people didn't know that even
Yeah.
existed and
Existed, yeah.
numbers that
We
had been.
still have two lines that we're paying for. One will end up being the library line because, and then we have one that we're paying for that's open and if we need it. That's how it was done with the contract. So we're paying the same amount, but we do have one line that if you call it, it just rings, but can be set up if we need it in the future, so.
So you give
That's
that,
my
you
report.
give that number out to certain people.
I don't get anybody when I go. That's right.
Rings and rings.
I won't use
I
that.
don't understand why nobody answers that.
I was there.
We're all out in the garden.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you.
I really am
Sally.
sorry
Thank
about
you
that
so
phone
much.
mess, Sally. Jeez.
If I could have a motion to put old business at the end,
Yeah, because
because this is
doesn't
gonna
need
be,
to,
it's gonna be
yeah,
an
it
executive
needs
session.
to be
so
not, right.
Rather than make everybody leave and have them come back
Yep.
again. we'll
Then
just
I
do it
make a
again.
motion that we switch around the agenda a bit and put old business as the last thing on, item on the agenda.
Second?
Been moved and seconded to switch around the agenda and put old business at the end of the agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, we have a whole bunch.
Liquor licenses and stuff, yeah. I think that we all can sign. Madam Chair, I asked that, I guess that we just sign these, no, I know, that we give permission to Portside Tavern for 2 liquor licenses.
No, it's tobacco.
No, I think those are 2 liquor
Class
licenses.
3 liquor license and tobacco license.
Okay, what is this one then? That's 3.
Wait a minute, I don't know why you have a first-class liquor license here
Okay,
and
then,
a third-class liquor license.
yeah. And what is
And
this
tobacco
one?
license.
Where does it say?
Why
Where
do
did
they
you?
have so many licenses?
Oh, it's this is a cabaret license, okay. Then, I ask that we, approve the liquor license renewal, I guess it's first class, third class liquor license, and, I guess a tobacco license, and a cabaret license for the Portside Tavern.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded to approve the liquor license renewal, tobacco renewal, class 3 liquor license renewal, and the cabaret license renewal for the Portside Tavern. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. You need to sign them. And it's, there's,
Last page.
right, yeah, right there, you're right there. Yep. And, see where it says approved?
It says, this is signature of authorized agent. Well, where the heck are they? Oh, here it is on this one. There's, maybe we don't have to sign that one.
I think that right here, maybe we don't. Signature of authorized, I would say probably, because there's third line, I would say that we, that you, the chairman, sign that one, right there, and just put chairman of the board. And then the other ones, I think there is a spot. saying, yeah, because here's, these are, they have it for, here, approved and not approved. All right, thank you.
No, again, this is the same way.
Let's get that in the way. Sorry, I tore it apart when she passed it over.
Sign this one.
Okay, so this goes back to you, right?
Jeff. That's for Jeff. That one we don't need to. That one we don't need to. That one's all done. That probably can go back to,
This one's done.
and this one's the same as that one. So that, these two are done. And that's done. All right.
So that's all the ones for that, right?
Right. So that could go back to Susan.
Okay.
And then, Madam Chair, I move that we approve and sign for liquor license and tobacco license for the schoolhouse grocery.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve and sign the liquor license and tobacco license for Schoolhouse Grocery. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. I wonder what they would do if we made it a dry town.
Okay.
Yep. You give me them, I'll give them to her. Patty?
Pardon?
Nancy?
No, just a club is called, a bar is called a cabaret. So there's cabaret license there. There are enough bar licenses for cabaret.
Sounded
Give me
pretty
them,
cool,
I'll
though,
give
didn't
them
it?
to Patty.
I'm sorry, I was gonna wait.
You're gonna wait for what?
I'll
just give
Okay,
it
there's
do that.
the,
Thank you. Okay, reappointments and appointments. Before I go on to that, is there anybody out there that has anything they want to add here? No? You just came to visit us, that's really nice. Okay. Reappointments and appointments. Does anybody know of anybody? Now, Bob Spencer is our liaison for Wyndham Solid Waste Management District. And he is also now, he just got a job as the executive director, so he can no longer be Vernon's appointee. So we need to find somebody else to
We
take
had
that job.
Mike down.
Well, we have
as
Mike.
Mike
Like
was the,
Cormac, but we still should have two.
Yeah.
So
Two.
when one can't make it, the other one can.
right.
So if anybody out there is interested in being the liaison for Vernon for the Wyndham Solid Waste Management District, please let us know.
Does that include all your pickup and everything?
No. No, you don't get anything free for it.
No, I don't mean anything of a pickup.
Oh, no, that's done through Triple T.
Okay, because
Right
I'm
now.
talking about being on something that was going to work towards that conversion in 214.
They actually, that is the group that is working on what our future is going to be for trash pickup and
Because I was
stuff.
interested in working on something that helped generate more recycling.
Recycling
More
committee?
awareness on recycling.
That is Wyndham Southwest, or Wyndham.
We also have a.
Solid waste
The waste
Solid
district.
We also have a
We
recycling
have a
committee.
recycling
We
committee.
do have a recycling committee if you'd like to join that.
Yes.
Let me see.
It's on-
Yeah.
It's on here.
On the
It's
second page,
Second page.
3/4 of the way down.
Because I'm really big into the recycling compost.
I think you could call Mike Quartermont.
All right.
I'll write his number down.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Does anybody have a piece of paper?
Oh,
See, that's here, I don't know where you went.
I don't know where he went either. Might have got called home. I see him rush out for the phone call, so.
Does anybody know of anyone who would like to serve on any of these committees, or who would no longer like to serve on any of these committees?
Can you
No.
tell me who's on the farmland committee? I had Art Miller, of course, but then I,
Art Miller,
Skip Baldwin, Jeff
Hardy.
Hardy, and Matty Arms. And I don't, really do not know all the members of all the committees off
you
the
said
top of my
Baldwin,
head
Skip
like that.
Baldwin, Matty Arms,
Madeline.
Madeline
You
Arms.
know, the elderly assistance is looking for one more member.
Elderly assistances.
And who was the other person? Baldwin, Arms.
Do you
Hardy.
have yourself, Linda, Mary Lynn, Laura,
Is it Steve?
and Sharon Richardson? Who's not there? Laura Sage?
She's never come to a meeting.
She has not.
Well, you know, maybe it would be, well, we don't have any information on her. I was gonna say, maybe it'd be good to give her a phone call, but we don't
We don't
have
have
it.
an address
Well, she
or anything.
just-
But she never came to a meeting.
I wonder if she knows she got appointed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she does know
Mary
that.
has called and reminded her of the meeting.
Oh, okay.
And she's opening another business and everything. I
So
don't.
she's
Who is
probably too
this?
busy.
Who is this?
Laura
Well,
Sage.
still, she should have the option to say no. But then again, I think we have a,
She's never been to a meeting.
right, and I think that if, because we do have a policy that says if you miss 3 of them, you're out. You know, I mean, you're no longer part of the
So
meeting.
should I be removing her?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Now, the Conservation Committee, was that the one that Steve Skibnowski wanted to be on?
Yes.
I know Connecticut River Joint Commission he wanted to be on.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
You have his phone number, right, Kat, because he's on the
Yeah.
planning committee?
Yeah.
Could you call him and ask him if he's interested in either one? We only have one representative for those, and they're both vacant on here, but I thought we had appointed him to the Connecticut River Joint Commission and just didn't get to this paper.
Okay.
Phyllis, do you have somebody in mind for your committee?
I don't, but is it Dave? He just mentioned that he would be in.
Because I mentioned to Mary Lane before that if there was no opening on the senior committee, I'd like to try to bring They handle all the senior affairs with the.
Is that the Elderly Assistance Committee or the seniors?
That would be elderly.
Okay.
I think if you go to their meeting and let them know and let them come to us and or the chairman of that and, you know, bring forth the name, I think that'd be great.
Okay, so I maintain a motion to just reappoint everyone who's already on these committees. If I'm hearing no objection, I'm not letting anybody run away.
Yeah, I would,
The members of these committees.
yeah. Yeah. And second, can I add a friendly amendment to that?
You certainly
With- And then the ones that are interested come to us afterwards, but I don't think we need an
It
amendment
doesn't
for
have to be
that.
part of the motion.
Yeah, so I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to reappoint the members to the committee who are presently serving. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And anybody who's interested in serving in any of the committees, there is a list at the town office. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And you can just leave your name there, and we would love to have you serve.
I'll give you mine, mine's just scratched up.
Oh, I have one.
You have a plain one?
Oh, yeah. I can send it over to her, too. No, I don't have a plain one. I'll send it over to Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send it to Susan.
I think that's it.
That is it. And then we can probably put the media and then go on.
We are, our next old business contractual matter is going to be an executive session issue. So, does anybody have any questions or anything else they'd like to add before we go into executive session? Because I don't want to make anybody hang around afterward. No? Well, thank you all for taking an interest in coming tonight. Mike, do you have any questions? No, we're gonna, the reason why we're asking you is because the last thing on the agenda is executive session, and we don't want to make you wait around.
Well, I guess real quick, just the only thing I wanted to ask was, I think I've written a novel about the police cruiser thing. So obviously I'd want to follow up the fact that it was approved here tonight. I just wanted to ask, the finance committee's obviously signed off on that?
The police chief met with the finance committee before she met with the select board, so yes, the process has gone the way the process is supposed to go. And they voted to accept the proposal before the select, or recommend to the select board to accept the proposal.
When did that?
Any thoughts just on that being resolved now? Is this-
Well, you know, the capital plan was clear that we were not to purchase a new vehicle until 2013. It is 2013, so it's time to replace the vehicle anyway.
Well,
The police chief had done her homework and gotten different, ideas on vehicles and costs, and brought the proposal to the finance committee, and the finance committee approved, and the select board approved tonight.
That's really all I need. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Madam Chair, I move that we go into executive session on a contractual matter, the disclosure of which at this time might be detrimental to the town and/or individuals involved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session on contractual matter, the disclosure of which at this time could be detrimental to the town or those involved. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Waiting
for me?
Sorry.
I just noticed this in here. This is the same thing we just signed, right? So.
Leave your yellow things here.
Yep, that stays, right?
Minutes for select board March 11th and April 1st.
Yeah, and you got this, so you're all set there.
You're
We
on.
did not get today.
You're recording.
Yeah. Out of executive session.
Okay, we went into executive session at
45.
7:45, out at 8:03, no action taken. And I think that finishes up today's agenda. I will, anybody give a motion for adjournment?
I motion that we adjourn the meeting.
Been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much.